Hey there, church. Please forgive the sunglasses. I think you can see the sun reflected in them on this wonderfully bright and warm spring-like day in the thick of winter. On a day like this in college, I'm pretty sure I would have been out on the quad in my shorts and a t-shirt throwing the frisbee around. But today, I guess in my older age, I just plunked my backpack down here next to the daffodils that are springing up and share with you the start of Lent. Lent is beginning on February the 22nd. Lent is an old word for spring, and it anticipates the renewal and the growth that comes to us by the grace of the risen Christ. The end of Lent is Easter and resurrection joy. But on the way through during Lent, we take seriously the earthiness of our lives, how our lives can be kind of wintry and need renewal. So this Lent, we are going to renew together as a church around the practice of Sabbath. Sabbath is an ancient practice that began in the life of Israel as they were coming out of bondage into the freedom of the promised land, but also freedom just as people with hearts and lives and desires and inclination to turn away from God and the need to have practices that orient them to God and God's goodness and how we can rest our lives in God and find in God our delight and our great love. And so Sabbath isn't just a practice that's about coming to worship. It is that. It isn't just about, well, let's close all of the stores so people can rest. It is that. But Sabbath is also very much a practice of the heart, a practice of delighting in the goodness of God, of letting go of the compulsion to produce and to consume and to know that our lives really come by God's gift and provision. So what does it look like for us as people in today's world to recover that? You know, goodness knows that we live in a world that's full of so much frenzy and anxiety about getting more or not having enough, whether it's time or stuff or money or whatever. And Sabbath is kind of an act of resistance against that, inviting us to trust in God's provision and to delight in what God gives. So we're going to explore this in worship and shortened services, and as we've done before, we will gather in groups afterward and watch a video on Sabbath practice and share conversation about what we're learning, and also talk about what it means to really practice Sabbath in the stuff of our lives. That'll look different for different kinds of people, but Sabbath can be God's gift to us all. One of the ways CPC is seeking to be a gift is by sharing in Super Bowl Sunday. Some of you have signed up to bring soup, and bless you for that. If you haven't signed up to bring soup, I hope that you will still come and enjoy a Super Bowl Sunday lunch of soup and bread and some desserts. We'll do that after worship today, or after worship this Sunday, February 12th. And we'll also, for those who wish, take up an offering for North Presbyterian Church, which is one of our churches full of sisters and brothers in the city of Cleveland who either are or have been homeless. And so it's a wonderful congregation for us to be in fellowship with. In fact, at the end of this month, a team from CPC is going to spend the morning worshiping with the North Church, and then we'll partner with Lakewood Presbyterian Church to share a meal, to serve a meal, and enjoy it together with our sisters and brothers at North Presbyterian. If you want to be part of that serving team, go ahead and respond in the e-update, or you can find the sign-up sheet outside the sanctuary in the narthex. There is so much to delight in as being the church and being as people who live in God's care. So let's discover this as we head into Lent, loving God, sharing relationships, serving others from the heart of Christ.